Welcome to Miss Rowe Classroom. Today we'll discuss the excerpt Indigo from Louis Fisher's The Life of Mahatma Gandhi. Before we start, please subscribe if you find the content helpful or interesting. It's not just a click, it's a sign of encouragement that helps us produce quality content. A lot of effort goes into ensuring that each video adds value and that a subscription allows us to continue. Please share the video explanations with others who might find them helpful. Views, likes, and comments really make a difference. Lastly, thank you for being a part of Miss Rowe Classroom's journey. Now let's continue with the explanation. The excerpt from Louis Fisher's The Life of Mahatma Gandhi details events in pre-independence India. In 1917, Gandhi visited Rajkumar Shukla, a poor farmer from Champaran, to fight against the unfair indigo sharecropping system. Landlords forced farmers to grow indigo and took it as rent. Gandhi travelled to Champaran, investigated the issue, and defied British orders to leave. Thousands of peasants supported him, leading to a court case. Gandhi's peaceful resistance forced the British to set up an inquiry, which resulted in landlords refunding 25% of the money taken from farmers. Gandhi also improved villagers' lives by opening schools and promoting health and hygiene. Champaran's success marked India's first major civil disobedience victory. It taught about self-reliance and inspired the fight for freedom from British rule. Louis Fisher first met Gandhi in 1942 at his ashram in Sevagram. Gandhi attended the annual Indian National Congress session in Lucknow, where 2,301 delegates gathered. Rajkumar Shukla, a poor and persistent sharecropper from Champaran, approached Gandhi for help against landlord exploitation. Despite Gandhi's initial reluctance, Shukla followed him for weeks until Gandhi agreed to visit Champaran. Gandhi arrived in Patna with Shukla and stayed at the house of Rajendra Prasad, who was absent. Prasad's servants treated Gandhi as a lower-class outsider and denied him access to water. Gandhi proceeded to Muzaffarpur, where Professor J.B. Kripalani and students welcomed him at midnight on April 15, 1917. Gandhi stayed with Professor Malkani, a government teacher, despite the risk of supporting a nationalist. Gandhi commented on how unusual it was for a government professor like Professor Malkani to host him. The attitude of the average Indian in smaller localities towards advocates of home rule was one of fear and caution. Most people in smaller towns avoided showing sympathy for the cause to avoid repercussions from the authorities. It highlights the environment of fear under colonial rule, where supporting the freedom movement was seen as a risky act of defiance. Most arable land in Champaran was owned by British landlords and worked by Indian tenants. Under a long-term contract, peasants had to grow indigo on 15% of their land and surrender the entire crop as rent. After Germany developed synthetic indigo, landlords demanded compensation to release peasants from the contract. Illiterate peasants who initially agreed later demanded their money back upon learning about synthetic indigo. Gandhi begins investigating the plight of peasants, but is refused information by the British Landlord Association. The British Commissioner of Tirhut intimidated Gandhi and ordered him to leave the area. Gandhi refuses, travels to Motihari, and begins collecting evidence. Gandhi was served with an official notice to leave Champaran. He disobeyed and wrote that he would face all consequences. On the day of his trial, thousands of peasants gathered in Motihari, showing spontaneous support for Gandhi. He pleaded guilty, stating he disobeyed the order as a duty to serve the peasants. The magistrate postponed sentencing, and the lieutenant governor later drops the case, marking a victory for civil disobedience in modern India. Gandhi and his team recorded testimonies from about 10,000 peasants, collected documents, and compiled evidence against the landlords. The Lieutenant Governor, Sir Edward Gate, appoints a commission of inquiry, including Gandhi as the sole representative of the peasants. Landlords agreed to refund 25% of the compensation extorted from sharecroppers, breaking British landlords' prestige and demonstrating justice. During his one-year stay in Champaran, Gandhi noticed Champaran village's cultural and social backwardness. He established primary schools in 6 villages with the help of several volunteers from different parts of the land, including his wife Kasturba Gandhi, his youngest son Devdas, Mahadev Desai, and Narhari Parikh. He initiated sanitation reforms by digging new latrine trenches and healthcare, relying on basic treatments such as castor oil, quinine, and sulfur ointment. Kasturba Gandhi confronted the villagers' poverty, where women lacked even a second set of clothes. When lawyer friends suggest using Charles Freer Andrews, an English pacifist, as support, Gandhi opposes the idea. Gandhi insists on self-reliance, teaching his followers to rely on their strength rather than English allies. The British planters eventually abandoned their estates, which reverted to the peasants. Indigo sharecropping disappeared, and the peasants gained courage and awareness of their rights. Champaran became a turning point in Gandhi's life, demonstrating the effectiveness of non-violent resistance. Gandhi integrates political activism with solving practical, day-to-day issues of the masses, shaping his vision of Indian independence. Now let's shift to the theme of the excerpt. First, leadership for justice through dialogue and negotiation. Gandhi listens to Rajkumar Shukla, a persistent farmer, and advocates for the oppressed sharecroppers. He gathers evidence, investigates the issues, and educates himself before taking action. He challenges unjust laws with non-violence and respect, showcasing moral courage. Gandhi achieves justice through dialogue, convincing landlords to refund the sum of the extorted money and emphasizing dignity over material gain. He instills confidence in others and encourages them to fight for their rights without depending on external support. The theme highlights how strong leadership can inspire collective action for justice. Second, unsung heroes in India's freedom movement. A poor, illiterate farmer from Champaran, Rajkumar Shukla's determination brought Gandhi to Champaran and initiated a significant justice movement. Lawyers like Rajendra Prasad, Brij Kishore Babu, and many others provided Gandhi with case details, highlighting the plight of sharecroppers and supporting his cause. Thousands of peasants gathered at Motihari to show solidarity, symbolizing the power of collective action. Individuals like Mahadev Desai, Narhari Parikh, and their wives helped educate villagers and improve sanitation. Ordinary Indians who dared to defy British authorities contributed to the success of the Champaran movement. These anonymous contributions were crucial in empowering the oppressed and strengthening India's freedom struggle. The Champaran episode marked a turning point in India's freedom struggle. Gandhi's leadership, combined with the support of ordinary Indians, showcased the power of truth, non-violence, and unity in fighting injustice. It was a lesson in self-reliance and courage, proving that even the smallest voices can spark monumental change. The movement not only improved the lives of Champaran's sharecroppers, but also laid the foundation for India's broader fight for independence. This concludes the explanation of the chapter Indigo by Louis Fisher. Please visit our website mistroclassroom.com for summaries, character sketches, themes, vocabulary, MCQs, important passages, and question and answers for Class 12 English chapters or poems, including extract-based questions. Stay tuned. In the next session, we'll discuss Vistas on the Face of It by Susan Hill. If you like the content, please press the notification bell, subscribe, like, comment, and share the video. Bye-bye.